players. A bit of wind coming out of the northwest and some clouds, but basically I would say just about perfect conditions for this match. Leaf, Andre Agassi in the near court, taking some warm-up shots here. Certainly going for his 4th title. Very interesting, Leaf.
Well, I think he likes to play in the heat. He likes the speed of the court here in Washington, and he always plays well here. 28 years old. He started playing the Pro Tour in 1986, so he's got a number of years in. Great record this year, playing beautifully. Finals at Lipton, finals in Munich, and of course winning in San Jose and Scottsdale. So he is off and running, and he certainly plays his best tennis on a hard court, I think, Barry, don't you?
Oh, this is his favorite surface, no doubt about it. I don't think he's that comfortable on the grass. In fact, that win at Wimbledon was quite fantastic when he did that in the early 90s. His coach traveling with him as usual. Bradley Gilbert right there in the shades and the USA hat. Always has a few smiles, and then as things get tight, I notice the smile seems to kind of disappear every once in a while.
Well, he's always got someone he can share a word with, and certainly Brad Gilbert instrumental in getting Andre Agassi back into the game and certainly competing again like Andre should, because that's when Andre's at his best, when he's competing. And you know, he had that slide where he went down to 140. Now he's back in the hunt.
So Agassi's opponent today, young man from Brisbane, Australia, right here, Scott Draper. And this guy can play. He won the Queen's title this year just before Wimbledon on grass.
Well, he's a good build for a tennis player. Again, a left-hander. He did not have a good record going into Queens, but since that time he has really put it together. His confidence has grown, and he says the real key is he now has a belief in himself that he can play against the top players, and it is shown.
And Scott Draper out of Australia. Maybe a lot of Americans don't know a lot about this player. And we asked Scott Draper, hey, you come to this country, tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name's Scott Draper. I'm from Brisbane in Australia. I've been married about 6 months now. I enjoy playing golf. I enjoy pretty much all sports. I like spending time with my family. You know, and I just love being out on the tennis court and trying to entertain the crowd.
We will see how he entertains us today, because he's got his hands full against the #2 seed Andre Agassi. Don't count this young man out. He is very competitive. We had him up in our booth yesterday, Leaf, and I was impressed. He's really just a typical dinky-die Aussie, if you will.
Well, not only one of the great competitors on the tour, but also one of the greatest guys. And after the default from Michael Chang that he got in the semifinal, he came out and played an exhibition match at 10 o'clock last night with Bob Bryan, just to give the tournament and the viewers who came out that evening some singles action. I mean, you don't see many guys who would do that. I mean, he's just a terrific guy. I mean, you'd have to drag Marcelo Rios kicking and streaming out on the court, but Scott Draper, he was happy to do it.
That was really quite an action last night, as they unfortunately had the withdrawal of Michael Chang. A good-looking crowd here for this finals. The stadium, the William H.G. Fitzgerald Tennis Center, seats a little over 7,500, and it will be close to packed today. A look at their head-to-head series, Leaf. They met last in Key Biscayne. And Draper the winner there in straight sets.
Again, Draper can counter. He can get a lot of balls back into play, and that gets to Agassi. As long as you can get enough balls back. The problem is, can Draper run down enough balls and stay in the match with this heat? Agassi likes to put the pressure on and force you to do all the running. And in this heat, that can really take a toll. So will be a real test today for him. And of course, Norm Christ up in the chair. I saw him on the exercise bike in the hotel this morning. He said, yeah, I just went for a 2.5-hour walk. So Norm Christ is ready.
He's ready. And he doesn't make too many calls in the wrong direction, and he very rarely will overrule. We're ready to go now. This is best of 3 for the title. Draper holds up the balls. First game, first set. Draper to serve. Just long. Few whistles on that first call on the baseline.
Well, I talked with Draper in the locker room. He said, you know, I'm going to try and open up the court just like Agassi's going to try and do to me. I want Agassi to be moving. If he's in position to hit, that's when I'm going to be doing the running.
Draper down the center, 121 miles per hour. His first service ace. And Scott Draper looking very ready for this championship match. 30 love. Miss it. Off the frame of the racket.
So the real breakthrough for Scott Draper came last year in '97 at the Italian. He beat Tomas Muster, who at the time was a defending champion. It was nearly a 4-hour match, and it was a battle. But he beat Muster, and I think from that point forward, he realized, I can play with the big boys.
Well, that's a big shot. Draper unloads down the line. Scott Draper off to a very solid start here. 40-15.
Well, the left-handed serve out to Agassi. Draper said he's going to try and open up the court with his serve, a lot like Agassi does on the backhand side. Boy, a great start for Scott Draper.
Ace number 2 for Scott Draper. One love, a red-hot Aussie. A steamy center court here at the William H.G. Fitzgerald Tennis Center, and that's what we're talking about. That thermometer just under 100 degrees, and believe me, the humidity is extremely high today. But I think Andre Agassi really thrives on hot weather. Leif, what do you think?
Oh, I agree. You know, plays in Las Vegas. It's obviously a drier heat, but playing in the heat, if you can stand playing a long period of time, I think it's good because you get loose very quickly, and you feel like you're working hard.
15 love. Agassi looks up, checks the sun. That is the far side. You're looking into the sun from that side. Great angle. Wow. Oh, that's sensational from Scott Draper. Agassi pulls him wide, Leaf, and then he just tees off on the backhand.
Well, we talked about the variety Draper has. There's his nice underspin. Now he's got a little more time, sets up, and goes for it. When you're that far out of position, you have to make up your mind, either go for the winner or play the defensive shot. You can see he rolls over that one beautifully.
15
Great
all.
top spin drive.
Net cord. Oh, and there is a perfect topspin lob from Scott Draper. Great timing. Just waited for Agassi to take that extra step towards the net.
Draper got a break here with the net cord. It gave him a little more time, but he's been flawless. He has not missed a shot yet. He made everyone count. Look at this topspin lob. He's way back in the court. Beautifully arced topspin shot.
Finally, Agassi comes in, knocks off the forehand volley.
Well, that's an example of a more mature Andre Agassi. He moved in on the off ball, saw Draper was in trouble, knocked the volley off. I mean, I'd like to see Agassi even do more of that. You know, he could shorten the time he spends on a court by knocking off a lot of those soft returns.
30 all, second game. Oh, I don't believe it. Draper just rolls that ball down the line once again for a clean winner.
Well, just like off the backhand side, when you're this far out of position, you're going to make up your mind, well, I'm just going to go for it.
Oh.
Draper does that. He lines it up. He's made up his mind as he runs to that ball. I'm just going to rip it.
Boy, talk about a great start. Draper with 6 winners. Agassi deep to that backhand corner. That's the kind of shots he's going to have to hit if Draper continues to play this well.
Again, a good serve, and not a serve and volley, but he pretty much makes it a serve and volley the way he moves in on the short return, nails it for an approach forehand.
It's deuce. Agassi with his hands full against this youngster from Brisbane, Australia. Just caught the sideline. Scott Draper has another look at it, but it definitely shot out wide. These lines are painted with a vinyl white, and they're slightly faster than the actual surface itself. And that ball hits that line. You can see him right there. It skids off that white paint. Right on the sideline, Agassi waits for the call. And I think Norm Chris says it was wide. Wow.
I'm not 100% sure. Could have been wide, could have been crossed.
Okay.
From your angle, how can you see a gap? How can you see a gap from that angle?
Draper asking Norm Chris from his angle how he could tell whether the ball was in or out. And he makes a good point, Leif. I think that was awfully close to overrule.
Well, I think that Chris just got a good, clean look at it. You know, saw the ball out. But again, an umpire's job is if it's a clear error. Was it a clear error? I don't know. Yeah. Certainly Norm Chris felt that he got a good look at it. I like Norm Chris in the chair. He's one of the best umpires on tour.
No question about that. That will go long. Scott Draper had an interesting road here to the finals.
Again, beating the Mexican Hernandez in the opening round. Wayne Black and Byron Black from Zimbabwe beating the brothers. Breaker in the third set against Wayne, and De Wolf, the Belgian Davis Cupper. And of course, the unfortunate walkover from Michael Chang. Tendonitis in his left wrist.
Great effort from Agassi, but Draper covers. Beautiful little shot there on the full run.
When Scott Draper was coming up, there was a lot of pressure on him because people were saying, you're like Rod Laver. You're the next Rod Laver. Well, he certainly has a number of skills that remind you of Laver. Beautiful underspin backhand. He can drive with topspin off both sides, and of course, he's left-handed.
15 all, third game. Boy, we have seen a lot of brilliant tennis here at the start of this match. Very high-quality play from both players. Draper with 6 winners there. Middle of that second game, very impressive. 30-15. Talk about using the whole court leave. Agassi running the Australian from side to side.
I tell you what really starts off the point was Agassi on the service return. He blistered that second serve, and then he's just got Draper on a string, and that ball is right on the line. Look at how he stays down on the ball. Draper with a nice low shot. Agassi staying down. It's a good lesson for all you players at home. If that ball's low in the middle of the court, stay with it. Don't come up.
Really keeps his eye on that ball down the line, Agassi. No call. Ace number 3 for Scott Draper. I'll tell you, that first serve is tough. 118 miles per hour.
Well, he serves bigger than Rod Laver.
Faster, anyway. And Scott Draper holds 2-1 on serve, first set. Legg Mason Tennis Classic, center court, and we've got a match on our hands today. Scott Draper, the youngster from Brisbane, Australia, putting on quite a show for this almost sellout crowd here. On the left, Draper, on the right, Agassi, and Andre Agassi with his hands full now, down 1-2. On serve, and Leaf, thus far we have seen some very clean tennis out here.
The guys are hitting the ball right in the middle of the strings. I think both of them have played beautifully all this week, both confident, both believing they can win. A very big key for Scott Draper.
Agassi steps up, waits for a few people to settle down. 1-2, fourth game. Agassi with his first ace of the match. Andre had some trouble early, but he has rolled through this tournament.
Again, not losing a set, played his old nemesis from the MBTA, David Wheaton. Christophe Van Garst, the Belgium Davis Cupper, who he beat in the Davis Cup just a week ago. Sebastian Leroux in the quarters, and then that polishing of Wayne Ferreira, 6-1, 6-0 in the semis. Wow.
Wow, again, Draper on Halls on that cross-court backhand. Rips it for another winner.
I'll tell you, both these guys, when they have time, they can really create some open court. You can see that ball had a lot of angle to it. Look at the preparation. He brushes up the back of the ball, but he drives it. So he drives it with topspin.
15 all. Agassi serving. Andre has only lost his serve one time this entire week. I think his serve certainly underrated. Short lob. He won't get there. He's batting 50% on those lobs. Leave that other topspin, a beautiful shot from Draper.
You notice what he did on the service return there. You know, he just chipped it low cross court as if to say to Andre, okay, I'm going to force you to come in. Again, Draper using variety very well.
30-15.
Too good from Draper there. Agassi was on the move, and Draper attacked to the open court. Again, nice little wind up on the forehand. He does have a nice little whip to it. You can see he just rolls over it at the finish.
Another Australian, John Newcomb, used to have a fantastic buggy whip forehand on the full run. I'm sure he's watched that a few times. Too strong from Agassi. The inside out forehand.
Draper told me, I don't want to get into a hitting contest with Andre Agassi. I'm going to lose if I hit with Andre. Again, Agassi right on the baseline. He loves to hit the ball hard. If you hit the ball to him, he's going to beat you.
Game point Agassi. Try and get even here at 2 games all. Miss hit from Draper, and so Agassi holds. We are at 2 games all in the first set. Well, I'm joined by the chairman of Legg Mason. Chip, great to see you as usual.
Good to see you again.
Chip Mason, a great sports fan. I understand the Orioles are having a halfway decent year.
They finally are looking a little better.
Well, Chip, it's been a great week of tennis here, obviously, and we've got a classic matchup in this championship match. Great tennis so far.
It's terrific. It's this match in particular, and the matches that have led up to this. I think everybody, even last evening when we had the disappointing announcement, the tennis was terrific. It was fun to watch and exciting. I think everybody just stayed because they enjoyed it so much.
No question about it. Last night, of course, the match when Chang had to withdraw, and we had the Bryan twins on playing doubles. Just the atmosphere, Chip, was tremendous in the stadium.
Well, they just had such great enthusiasm, and they looked like they enjoyed being out there.
Andre Agassi, Chip, trying to win this tournament for a record 4th time. I mean, it's quite an effort. He loves this championship.
Well, I remember the last time I was going to say something to him, but they're concentrating so much when you're down there before the set and or before the match. And but last time, if you remember, it was like 104 degrees in the court. He got sick in the middle in the match.
That's right.
And he talked about the tree in the far end of the court and said that what he disposed of there would probably help the tree grow or it'll die. And I don't see the tree there.
I see some flower pots.
Flower pots, right. Okay.
So Andre Agassi now with a chance here, 15-30. What part of Agassi's game do you really enjoy watching, Chip?
Just his control when he's moving the ball from one side of the court to the other, obviously to wear the opponent down. He has just such power in those shots.
Chip, I think you make a good point. I mean, that's what Agassi does. He likes to wear down his opponent. And just watching how much running Draper's doing. Can Draper hang in here and stay with him? That's going to be the question. It's going to be answered today.
Big point here. Agassi gives it a little extra stick.
Now, this is a great shot from Andre Agassi. You know, the backhand overhead, always tough to generate pace. But Agassi is strong in the forearm and in the wrist. You can see he snaps it down. Gives it some pace and angle.
Big chances now. Double break point, 15-40. Second serve. No, in the air. And so Andre Agassi breaks. He leads 3-2. Chip Mason, we want to thank you very much for being with us. It's a great week.
Great to be here.
All right. We'll be back. I'll tell you, the teeny boppers still come to watch Andre.
And some of the biggest fans have been the players from the boys 16 clay court nationals that's been going on in Washington this weekend. There's perhaps the youngest tennis fan in the house, but some of these youngsters who are playing in the 16 and unders have come by and watched the tennis as well as competing in their national championship here. So it's been great to have them playing side by side. Of course, I'm talking about the clay courts just outside the hard courts of the stadium. And that's where they've been having that national championship.
Agassi up 3-2 now with a break. We'll see if he can hang on to it.
is an amazing backhand. I mean, he played that ball on the half volley behind the baseline, yet he was able to create pace and angle.
And a great eye there from Agassi. He was about ready to swing on that forehand volley, sensed that the ball was going to go long. Watch it again here, Leaf.
Decides to let it go. Well, those are the ones you look when they hit the line and realize, oh my good.
That's a
I'm gonna let that go.
A risky play, because if that ball drops in, he has no play on it. And now Agassi 30 love with the break, 3-2. Service ace, his second of the day, hits the sideline. So Andre Agassi holds 4-2 now. Agassi in the first set. This tournament with some tremendous history. Here are some multiple winners of this tournament. Leaf Connors was very hot here through the 70s and as late as 1888. I should say 1988. I don't think he won it in 1888.
He's been playing a long time. And of course, Vilas, I think a number of those titles from Guillermo were on clay. Of course, this shifted to a hard court venue.
Vilas was so tough. Just long. Draper didn't like the call, but Agassi has another look. We have seen Norm Christ overrule only once today. That was on that close ball on the sideline, and it went in Agassi's favor. Love 15. Look at the winners and unforced errors. Draper a little erratic. Another unforced error as he hits long, and now with a chance Agassi to break and go up 5-2. Gives a little soccer kick into the crowd. No, the slice goes long, and now Andre Agassi with 3 chances to break and go up 5-2.
Agassi's pressure is just relentless. He has just got Draper having to counter consistently. It's just such a tough amount of pressure on Draper right now.
No call.
He's going to need a few of those, Barry, to stay in these games right now. Agassi on a good little run here.
Draper dishes up his 4th ace of the match. Served 2 in that very first game. That's good. Talk about a fantastic tennis point. Agassi running Draper from side to side, finishes up with a brilliant little drop shot. This crowd eating it up. And so Agassi breaks. Agassi now 5-2. When we return to the Legg Mason Tennis Classic, Andre Agassi serves for the first set. Champion championship match, the Legg Mason Tennis Classic here from Washington, as Andre Agassi holds up new balls. They change at the end of 7 and then 9, and Agassi now serving for the first set. Opens with an ace, his third of the match. I'll tell you, Lee, Agassi looks about as sharp as we have seen him all season long.
Well, he's just taking the ball so early, and he's also serving well, getting a high percentage of first serves in, so you can never get at him.
Just long, didn't miss by much. Andre, who has lost his serve only one time in this championship thus far. I think his serve a bit underrated. Not a big serve, but he moves it around awfully well. So Agassi now quickly to 40 love. Triple set point for the number 2 seed. And Andre Agassi holds, and so Agassi with the first set 6-2. We want to welcome up to the booth the co-founder of this event and a longtime resident of Washington, Donald Dell. Donald, good to have you with us.
Thanks, Barry. It's fun to be here with you guys. We have a good match here, although Draper started awful fast that first game, serving 2 aces, and Agassi's really running him side to side now.
Wouldn't it be nice to have Andre Agassi on your Davis Cup teams?
Boy, he is really intense. He's so intense and so determined this year.
First game, second set. Scott Draper serving. Draper really needs to get back in this match right here.
Bondle, one of the problems of Draper, I think, in the first set was he started off serving very well, very big, and very consistently. Then he started missing his first serve, and that's when Agassi started dominating, getting to his serve. So I think he's got to get more first balls in. Would you agree?
Just even spinning it in. You got to keep Agassi back a little bit. He's attacking so well from the baseline, and Draper's slapping a lot of errors.
Just wide. Oh, that's just brilliant. The winner down the line, two-hander.
And you don't realize how early Agassi catches his balls when he's attacking. Watch the backhand. He steps in there cross court. Now he gets the next one. Got to play down the line, catches it early, and nails it for a winner. Another angle. Terrific shot there as he leaves the ground.
Drop shot. It will go wide. Just wide. And Donald, you've watched Andre since he walked in here a week ago. Do you think this is about as intense as you've seen him in his career?
Yeah, he's really determined to play well here this week. He's in great shape. I talked to him the other day. He seemed to have lost, 8 or 10 pounds coming in here, and he's just a lot quicker. He's moving very well. And when he's moving, he can really hurt you with his ground strokes because he gets to more balls side to side.
Wish you could tell me how to do that 8 to 10 pound routine.
Go out and play about 3 sets in the sun here. You won't have a problem. You may have a heart attack, but.
Look at Brad Gilbert, his coach, with a little smile at the moment. I'd be smiling too if Agassi were playing like he is. Double break point, 15-40, first game, second set. It's good. Just too good. Agassi again running Draper from side to side, opens up the court, and Agassi now with a break. 1-love, second set. Stay with us. We're at the Legg Mason Tennis Classic. 1990, a flashback as Agassi wins his first title here playing Jim Grab. Look at the hairstyle from Andre Agassi in 90.
And he's not wearing a toupee. That's really Andre's hair.
What a difference. Jim Grab on the left, Andre Agassi on the right, and Agassi picks up his first title here way back in 1990. This has really been his happy hunting ground, Donald, Washington, D.C.
He plays very well here in most cases.
Andre again knocks off the easy forehand volley. Goes to 30 love.
Watch how Andre comes in with that low forehand, but he top spins it and he plants himself in the net with just an easy punch volley. Beautiful court work.
No, it's the first ball we've seen him miss badly from the baseline. It's been awfully accurate.
It's tough for Draper to really change up what he's doing. You know, Agassi's running him around so much. It's tough for Draper to find the times to attack. You know, I haven't seen him much at the net, but really, he hasn't been allowed to.
Oh, that's just too good. Great
Caught
example.
that ball so early. He hit a high floater down the middle of the court, and Agassi here almost half volleys it. Watch this. Now he steps in, catches it very quickly, and flicks it cross court for a winner. Look at that approach there. Shoulder, great shoulder action. Nobody else in the game hits the ball that early.
Agassi again down the center. Ace number 4. Let's have a look at our first set statistics.
Well, no one does what he does. You know, a lot of these unforced, so I think Agassi has been putting good pressure on Draper. And Agassi has capitalized when he's had chances. You can see he's gotten some good breaks when he needs them. He's really playing flawless tennis, Andre Agassi. And Draper really just can't find any cracks in the armor right at this time.
Well, Draper's trying to figure out what to do, and he served and came in on that first missed point. And that's smart. You've got to change the pattern here.
Oh, bad error. Had that point totally set up.
You get the feeling that Draper can't penetrate Agassi at all from the baseline. And here he comes in with that high backhand. He overhits by about 3 feet, but he's got to change the tempo of the match. He can't keep playing baseline duels with Agassi. He's winning about 1 out of 7 so far.
Second serve, love 15. Agassi with a break already. Would love to get another right here. Oh, the slice goes long. So now 2 chances, love 30. Draper starting to yell at himself. A little frustration appearing. This crowd tries to get him into the match. Solid shot down the line, and now Agassi with 3 chances to break love 40.
And he is just ripping every short ball he can from Draper and just dominating him. Look at this, Leif. He gets the ball so early, and he's hitting winner after winner. Draper cannot believe it.
It's a little disheartening when you play Agassi and he's playing this well. Draper tried something different, and that didn't work either.
Triple break point, second serve, love 40. Agassi pretty successful on break points. No, that'll go wide. Draper spraying him now. And so Agassi with 2 breaks, 3 loves, second set. So far, it has been all Andre Agassi out here. 6-2 for Agassi first set against Scott Draper. And now Agassi leading 3 love with 2 service breaks as he steps up to serve in the 4th game of the second set. And Scott Draper, who started so brilliantly in this match with 6 winners. Agassi has won the last 8 games with some tremendous tennis. Hits the sideline, skips off, 15 love.
Draper looks like he can't figure out what to do or where he is.
Exactly.
I'm sure Wayne Ferreira had the same feeling in the semifinal. Agassi beat him 6-1, 6-0.
Oh, yes, Draper.
And I'll tell you, that's almost what Draper has to do. You know, I think he almost has to start going for it. I mean, he's had the most success when he's been out of position. You can see he's pulled way out wide here. He's so far out of position, he feels like, well, I just got to go for it. It paid off for him there.
What a tough shot to make, though, percentage-wise in a long match. That's an awful hard shot. There's another one.
He thought Draper figuring, well, it worked one time, let's try it again. He goes for it all, misses. Agassi 30-15. Good. And a brilliant forehand from Scott Draper.
You wonder if Draper can keep this up, because Agassi's running him side to side, and then he just rifles a forehand. Look at it from a different shot. Nice and easy. Boy, he hit that perfectly timed for a winner down the line.
It's almost like he has to hit those kind of shots to win points.
Well, clearly those are the only points he's been winning this set.
30 all. Draper takes a chance. Agassi drills it past him.
Well, I don't have to remind you that Agassi likes the pace. I mean, this ball comes in pretty hard. He doesn't have to move too far. So he's got some time to find the opening. Look at the preparation. Stays on that right foot. He really stays down beautifully on his ground strokes.
Game point, Agassi, another ace. 113 miles per hour, his 5th ace of the day. Look at some match records, Leaf, from this year.
Well, Rios has certainly had a tremendous year, but Agassi is coming on, and I think he's knocking on the door of that top 10. Sampras, Krajicek having another great year. Tomas Enquist, back from injuries, playing a lot of tennis himself.
That's as good a return as you're going to see all week long, because Draper hit a good first serve, tried to change the rhythm. And look at Agassi. Turns quickly with a little jab there. Beautiful follow through over his left shoulder after he met the ball perfectly. Draper, Leif, is trying to come in now, but he's not meeting with much success because of Andre's returns.
I think you're right, Donald. He really is. He's trying to find a way to win. You know, he's a game competitor. He's not going to walk away and throw it in. He's fighting.
To do something different.
Exactly.
And Agassi keeps adjusting his returns to meet that. I have never seen Andre look so consistent and so determined. It's wonderful to watch. Easy. It's like he wants to beat him 2 in love and get to the shower. Look at that shot.
Well, that is just remarkable tennis. Agassi, I think you could safely say that he was in the zone.
I was just going to use that word. I was thinking of Arthur Ashe, our old friend, who used to use it a lot, Donald.
Yeah.
Talk about being in the zone. I mean, Agassi is unbelievable right now.
Building a house in the zone.
Well, he's seeing the ball, and it's big in his eyes, so he's taking it early. And the shots are just coming off his racket as he wants them to. Every shot.
Just misses. Catches the tape. A rare error.
That's his 3rd unforced error that I've seen here today in this entire match. Unforced.
He'd like to package this the way he's playing right now and take it with him the rest of the year. He'll get it. Yes. Agassi, who did not do enough with that forehand volley, gets caught.
Yeah, when you get this close to the net, you got to punish the guy. Again, Agassi closes, but you can see that ball's pretty straight ahead. Gives Draper some time to find that seam down the line. Boy, I bet you wanted that first serve bad. Break point again for Agassi.
Oh, so from love 40 down, Draper, and this crowd definitely stand behind him, Donald. Looks like you've got almost a full house today, about 70, maybe a little under 7,000.
Yeah, we seat about 78, Barry. We probably got about 400 or 500 unsold tickets. Did you hear Draper just yell out there, "Give me a break"? He's talking about the service call.
Net cord. No, that's long. So once again, Agassi with a chance to go up 5-love. watches the tape. The racket flies, and Scott Draper misses a big opportunity down the line. When we return, Agassi serves for the championship. Agassi now steps up to the line to serve for this championship. He has put on quite a display here today. 6-2 the first set, 5-love in the second. Draper has only won 7 points in this entire set. And Donald, I think at this stage, any tennis player will tell you it's tough to keep your concentration going, playing as well as you are. You're always saying to yourself, geez, I hope this can keep going for at least another game.
Well, and also Draper's just, groping. He doesn't know quite what to do, and Agassi is trying to serve out the match here quickly, get it over while he's hot.
Andre wisely lets that drop. Waits for Draper to make his move. Hits behind him.
That's one of the things, Barry, you got to really watch in tennis. When a guy lets the ball bounce on a high overhead, he's watching his opponent move, and he waits and waits until Draper commits himself, and then he plays behind him. Very smart, savvy play.
15 all. That's going to go long. And Leaf, if you can hear me down there, what's the atmosphere like from up here? This crowd is kind of stunned by the Agassi play today.
Well, I think they're a little hushed, but it's once you're down courtside, you realize just how hard Agassi is hitting the ball. I mean, he is really hitting with lots of pace. You can sense just how much trouble Draper's been in all day.
We're missing the return, and now Agassi has moved to double championship point.
You know, it's a sure sign when the autograph seekers have all moved down courtside here. They sense that something's going to happen very soon.
40-15. Just misses. Agassi going for it all. 123 miles per hour. Down the center. Draper says, I'm going for it all. Misses it down the line, and Andre Agassi has done it. A record 4th title here in Washington as Brad Gilbert looks on. A very impressive 2 sets, Donald, from Andre Agassi.
I have never seen Andre play better. This crowd loves him. They're giving him a standing ovation. He was just hot as could be.
Agassi bowing to all 4 corners of the stadium, and a standing ovation for the 4-time champion now here in Washington.
Well, think what he did, Barry. In the semis, he beats Wayne Ferrer, who's a top 12 player in the world year in, year out. Ferrer's been in the semifinals of Wimbledon twice. He beats him 1 in love. And Draper, who just won Queen's Club the week before Wimbledon, is a good tennis player, just got crushed out here in less than an hour.
That is quite a display. Well, when we return, we're going to talk to Andre Agassi. Stay with us on Fox Sports Net. Agassi, the champion here, 6-2 and 6-love. Center court, Legg Mason Tennis Classic, and Andre Agassi has just put on quite a show, winning this tournament 6-2 and 6-love over a very tough Australian, Scott Draper. He's courtside now with our Leaf Shirus. Leaf.
Thank you, Barry. Andre, those last 2 matches may have been the single greatest shot-making exhibitions I've ever seen. How does it feel to play such great tennis?
It feels wonderful. I mean, I can't tell you how much hard work's gone into getting myself back to a place physically and mentally where I can come out here and expect, or at least demand for myself, that kind of tennis. So it's nice for the hard work to be paying off this quickly.
When you look back on the year you started, perhaps back in 97, late 97, 140 in the world, and here you are, your 3rd title this year and your 4th Washington title. You must feel great also.
Well, there's no question that when you're ranked 140, the obstacles ahead of you seem endless. But if you just take one day at a time and knock one off one by one, you get there a lot quicker than you anticipate.
Now, what are your goals for the rest of the summer? Obviously, this is going to be a big boost for you. U.S. Open on the horizon, and perhaps some ranking goals on the chart.
Yeah, my goal is to not lose a match this summer. That would.
It's a good goal.
Well, you know what? It's certainly when I'm playing like this, if I can just stay fresh and stay ready, I come out on the court and I make it real difficult for my opponents. So I have high expectations for myself the rest of this year and for the next 3 to 5.
What's the secret, do you think? What are you having for breakfast these days?
Actually, I was too nervous to eat this morning. I didn't have much at all, but it's just about working hard, Leaf. I mean, I wish I could say there was something more to it, but determination, will, and hard work, and you come out here and sometimes things go well for you.
Congratulations, some great tennis. The magic is back.
Thank you.
All right, so Andre Agassi, a winner in straight sets. We'll be back to this site very shortly. 6-2 and 6-love. Agassi puts on quite a show. Stay with us.